This is a forgotten Grimm fairy tale the world chose to forget, whispered down the years because it ends without comfort or mercy, only truth laid bare. There was once a king who had 12 daughters, each more beautiful than the last. They slept together every night in a single chamber, their beds lined up in perfect order, and every evening the king locked and bolted the door himself. Yet each morning their dancing shoes were found worn through to rags. The soles were torn thin, the leather split, as if they had danced all night until their feet could bear no more. No one could explain it. The princesses swore ignorance, their faces calm and their voices smooth. But the evidence lay in the ruined shoes piled at the foot of their beds. The king grew uneasy. He proclaimed that whoever could discover where his daughters went each night would be allowed to choose one of them as his wife and inherit the kingdom. But whoever failed would lose his life. Many men tried. Princes, knights, and clever scholars were given wine at night and a place to sleep near the chamber. But each was found dead in the morning, their answers never spoken. At last, a poor soldier came to the kingdom. He had been wounded in battle and could no longer serve, and as he traveled, he met an old woman on the road who asked where he was going. When he told her of the king's challenge, she warned him not to drink the wine offered to him and gave him a cloak that made him invisible when worn. He thanked her and went on his way. That evening, the king welcomed him and explained the danger. The soldier agreed to the terms and was led to a bed near the princess's chamber. As expected, the youngest brought him a cup of wine, smiling sweetly. He poured it away when she was not looking and pretended to fall asleep. Soon he heard soft laughter and the sound of beds being moved aside. The eldest princess tapped her foot, and the floor opened. One by one, they descended a hidden staircase, and the soldier followed, wearing the cloak that hid him from their sight. They passed through a forest whose trees bore silver leaves that chimed as they brushed past. The soldier broke off a twig, and though the princesses were startled by the sound, they convinced themselves it was nothing. Beyond lay a forest of golden leaves, and then one of diamonds, each more brilliant than the last. From each, the soldier took a token, careful to remain unseen. At the end of the path stood a great underground lake. 12 boats waited, each with a prince dressed in fine clothes. The princesses stepped in, and the soldier entered the last boat behind the youngest. She remarked that the boat felt heavier than usual, but her partner laughed and blamed her tired feet. They crossed to a magnificent palace lit by countless lamps. Music echoed through vast halls, and there the princesses danced with the princes until dawn, whirling without rest, their shoes wearing thin beneath their steps. At last, when the hour came, they returned the way they had come. The soldier reached his bed before them and pretended to sleep as they slipped quietly back into their places. This continued for 3 nights. Each time, the soldier followed, gathering proof, watching the endless dance that stole the strength from the princess's shoes. On the 3rd night, as they danced, the soldier took a golden cup and hid it beneath his cloak. When morning came, he was summoned before the king. The king asked whether he had discovered the truth. The soldier answered calmly that the princesses danced each night with 12 princes in an underground palace. The princesses laughed and denied it, but the soldier produced the silver twig, the golden leaves, and the cup taken from the dance hall. At this, their faces fell, and the truth could no longer be hidden. The enchantment was broken. The princes vanished, freed from the spell that had bound them to dance until their strength was gone. The hidden staircase closed, and the nightly journeys ended. The king kept his promise. The soldier chose the youngest princess for his wife, not out of love, but because he had seen her fear and weariness beneath the smiles. The older princesses were left with the knowledge of their deceit laid bare, and their dancing shoes were never worn again. Thus the mystery was ended, not with joy, but with revelation, and the kingdom learned that some doors are locked for reasons better left undiscovered.